1995, Hangzhou, China. A young man sits in a small apartment with no heat, no savings, and a dream that everyone around him thinks is ridiculous. He has been rejected from 30 jobs, failed 3 university entrance exams, been turned down by Harvard 10 times. His name is Jack Ma, and in 20 years, he will become the richest man in Asia. But tonight, he is just a man the world has said no to again. This is not just the story of Jack Ma. This is the story of what happens when the world looks at you and sees nothing, and you look back at the world and decide to show them everything. Because the truth about Jack Ma's life, the truth that business schools do not teach, is that he failed at almost everything for almost 2 decades. And the question this story forces you to ask is this: at what point would you have stopped after the first rejection, the 5th, the 15th? Jack Ma has an answer, and it is the answer that built a company now worth over $200 billion. Jack Ma grew up in Hangzhou during a time when China was largely closed off from the world. His family had almost nothing, but Jack had one gift: an obsession with learning English. Every single morning for 9 years, he woke up before dawn and cycled 40 minutes to a nearby hotel just to speak with foreign tourists. For free, no payment, just the chance to learn a new language from real people. He did this for 9 years. When university entrance exams came, Jack failed twice. The 3rd time, he barely passed and entered one of the lowest-ranked universities in his province. When he graduated, he applied for 30 jobs in 1 month. He was rejected from every single one. KFC came to Hangzhou. 24 people applied, 23 were hired. Jack Ma was the only one they turned away. He applied to be a police officer, rejected. He applied for every office job he could find, rejected. 12 times he applied to Harvard Business School. 12 times they said no. Then came 1994. Jack Ma took his first trip to the United States, and for the first time in his life, he used the internet. He typed one word into a search engine: beer. He saw results from America, Germany, Japan. He typed another word: China. Nothing came back. No Chinese businesses, no Chinese products, no Chinese anything on the entire internet. Jack Ma went back to his hotel room and sat in silence. Then he wrote a business plan on a piece of notepaper. He would build a website that connected Chinese businesses to the world. He called it Alibaba. He gathered 17 of his friends and his wife in his apartment, a 60-square-meter flat with no furniture. He stood in front of them and pitched his idea for 2 hours. He told them this was going to be hard. He told them there was no guarantee of success. He told them they might all lose everything. He asked, "Who is in?" Every single person in that room raised their hand. For the next 3 years, the team worked out of that apartment, sometimes sleeping on the floor. Jack Ma paid everyone a salary of $50 a month, including himself. The early years were brutal. Alibaba almost died 3 times. American tech giants entered the Chinese market. In 2000, the dot-com crash wiped out nearly every internet company on Earth. Jack Ma stood in front of his team again and said, "We will survive, and we will outlast all of them." He was right, because Jack Ma understood something his competitors did not. He was not building a technology company. He was building a belief. He was building for the forgotten, and the forgotten were waiting. 3 lessons from Jack Ma's story that you can use today. Lesson 1. Rejection is data, not destiny. Every no Jack Ma received told him something about the world, not about his worth. The 30 companies that rejected him were not saying he had no value. They were saying they could not see it. Jack Ma understood the difference. Can you? Lesson 2. Start with what is missing. Jack Ma did not build Alibaba because he wanted to be rich. He built it because he searched for China on the internet and found nothing. The most powerful businesses in history were built to fill a gap the builder personally felt. Look at your own life, your community, your city, your country. What is missing? What do people need that nobody is providing? That gap is not a complaint. It is an invitation. Lesson 3. The people you gather matter more than the money you raise. Jack Ma had no investors in the beginning, no venture capital, no bank loan. He had 17 people who believed in him in a small, cold apartment, and they were enough. Who are the 17 people in your life who believe in what you are building? If you do not have them yet, Finding them is the most important work you can do today. Jack Ma was once asked what he would say to his younger self, the one sitting in the cold apartment after the 30th rejection. He said, "Keep going, not because it gets easier, but because you will become someone who can handle hard. The world will say no to you, probably more than once, probably more than you think is fair, but every rejection is recalibrating you. Every failure is teaching you something a success never could." Alibaba did not succeed despite Jack Ma's failures. It succeeded because of them, and the same is true for you. Your rejection letters are not the end of your story. They are the opening chapters of it. Share this video with someone who is in the middle of a hard chapter right now. And remember, the world's greatest companies were all once just an idea in a cold, small room. Your room might be small today. Keep building.